Hey there, guys, and welcome back to just a regular video that I would usually do. This is more like, hey, I'm doing this. um, Death Battle Season 8 has come and gone. It happened last year, and I gotta say, one of their best seasons by far. I really liked it. They had amazing match. They had amazing matchups, I guess, and I only hate one of them. And one of them and another one I think is just there. I don't hate it, but I don't really like it either. And there's a lot of people who's already done this, but screw it. This is one of my favorite series on the internet. Uh, next to, but it's just being outranked by Scott DeWaz by so far. It really does kind of matter to me because just seeing these characters that I enjoy watching. I mean, some I don't know. Most of the combatants I don't know, but when I see someone that I know, I'll root for them unless it's a stomp. In that case, well, I have to not lose. And I just want to rank these. I already ranked them kind of. I rated them. So this might be just dictated by that list. But probably not because because some of them are just I changed my mind with some of them. So yeah, I don't know how I'll do this. I guess I'm just gonna rate them, not rank them. Rating just sounds easier for me. Also, to not get copyrighted, you'll only be seeing the thumbnails of the episode. That's it. Oh, and there will be music in the background too, I guess, from that episode, just so it's not boring as hell. Just looking at a thumbnail. Anyway, let's get started. Yoda versus King Mickey. This is an amazing start to the season. I I really did enjoy this episode. It was really well made. I'm not talking about the analyses in these because I don't know how to judge them because I don't know these characters. But one episode I will talk about the analysis. And if you watch Death Battle this season, you will know which one. I hope. But this battle was incredible. I really did enjoy it. And for I heard that the characterization of these characters are really spot on. I haven't finished Kingdom Hearts yet. I mean, I only got to the first world and just give up. I'm gonna play again soon. And I have not watched a lot of Star Wars. Only a bit. I only like the Force, the new trilogy, which I hate, and of course, New Hope, and some of Empire Strikes Back. And I tried watching the trilogy, but I couldn't. But yeah, also it's a 3D anime. It's a 3D fight, which wow, they're really starting off with this one. They're really starting off with a 3D fight. That's amazing. Not gonna lie. I don't want to spoil who wins or loses. I mean, yeah, but I have to talk about the ending. The ending is so good. Like no joke. Not because of the death. No, it's because what leads to the death. Like just King Mickey feeling just like Yoda trying to overpowering King Mickey, and King Mickey seeming like he's going to lose, but then doesn't, but like gains confidence that he is gonna win. Like he doesn't have this power, but he'll try to beat it. And by gosh, and with the music of I think Hearts of Light is what it's called, going so hard, it's amazing. But I would give this a 10 out of 10, but it's not my favorite out of the season. It is good. Like I will give it like high 8, maybe an 8.5. It's really good, but Other episodes deserve the 10 out of 10 for me. There's only 2 episodes in this season that deserve it. And one of them is just because of bias, and one of them is because it's actually good. Anyway, let's get on with the next one. Shadow versus Ryuko. I don't know how to say the name. Ryuko, I'm just gonna call it that. After King Mickey versus Yoda versus King Mickey, I started there. This is not a disappointment, but not as good. But I heard a lot of people saying, I mean, mostly Colo fans, that wow, they really just used early season Ryuko instead of late season, where you know, I heard people say they don't like this matchup that much because I heard that I'm saying I heard a lot, but that Ryuko is not an edgelord like Shadow, which I don't even think of as edgelord either. He's just cool. Uh, and it's saying this is weird. I mean, but this this is better than Shadow versus Mewtwo, to be honest. That one where it's literally like the anime was like, "Hey, I hate you guys. I'm gonna make the worst episode ever." It is. It really is bad. Like the voice acting. I don't want to talk about that. But the battle here is really good. I like it. The analysis, I should probably talk about the analysis kind of. I hate it. I don't like one of the jokes for Ryuko. It was really, really uncomfortable. But everything else was fine. I don't know. I forgot. I only watched the fights. I watched the analysis, of course I do. But this one is all about the fights, to be honest. And the fight, well, compared to other characters, other fights this season, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. I really just gave this a 6 out of 10 just because, it's not that fun, huh? It is fun, but sometimes it's weird. Like, some of the voice acting's weird. And, as it ends, I, I don't know what to say here. It's fine. Like, I like it, but there are some parts that I hate. Maybe just like I just heard a lot of people say that the characterization for Yuko is wrong, and like, oh my gosh, that's about it again. They ruined the character. But I liked it. I might bump it up to a 6.5. Why not? I liked it a lot. The sword fight was useless though. Why? But it was funny that Shadow just took out a gun like, hey, oh man, this doesn't work. Well, that's really all I have to say for this episode. I hope the next one isn't as disappointing, or not as disappointing. I hope the episode can be better. Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom. I think I said Lex Luthor wrong. This episode, people said that they hate it. I thought, in my original rating, I literally put it in the same rating as Ryuko, Shadow versus Ryuko. Just for this whole reason that I like Lex Luthor. He is one of my favorite villains in Justice League in the DCU. DCAU, yeah, that's what it's called. If you don't know what that is, it's easy. It's just the DC animated series universe, and in Justice League he is an amazing villain and becomes better in Unlimited. Like no joke, he literally is he's amazing. Doctor Doom, I don't really care that much. He's cool, I guess, but you know, this was just a stomp. If you watched anything about, like, Lex Luthor is just a regular person. Doctor Doom is a god, basically. But this fight, people have one complaint about this. There's just too much talking. Oh, 1 minute. Yeah, people just complain that, oh my gosh, there's too much talking here. Like, and explaining what things do. Like, you don't know. You have been stuck in my time manipulator thing. You fool! I got out just in time with this. That's basically it for half of it. and that's what people mostly complain about. Me, I did find an issue, but again, I love Lex Luthor, so I just a biased opinion. And the death is amazing. Again, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, I already said it was a stomp, so you already know that Lex Luthor died. Screw it. I'm just gonna say who lost. Not in the past two though. Those are, you know, Ryuko died in Shadow versus Ryuko. I'm not gonna spoil King Mickey versus Yoda. Go watch that one. That one's good. uh, Lex Luthor died so painfully. Like, it's not the best death this season. No, literally, another episode with a DC character has the best death in probably in the entirety of Death Battle. But by gosh, I thought this was the best death so far. Like, it was gruesome. Not as gruesome as that one though. Not the other one though. My gosh, but the fight was. I haven't talked about the music that much. I only talked about it once in King Mickey, Yoda versus King Mickey. But now with, I'm not gonna talk about it with these two. These two, just for the sole reason that these are the songs that I don't really remember that much. Chaos Unraveled and Apex of Doom is so forgettable to me that I just don't care. Unlike the other songs this season, like, I love most of them. But yeah, these are forgettable. But if it's in the death battle, it's still forgettable because actually no, it's more. You just listen to it because everything else is just kind of boring. Yeah, I would give this a 5 out of 10, but because of Lex Luthor being there and doing the Superman, super at of Injustice, it has to be a 6 out of 10. I'm sorry if you guys disagree. I'm very sorry. Heihachi versus Geese. I probably said that wrong. uh, at the time, this was my favorite death battle. Like, no joke. Out of the, out of everything else, this was my favorite. It was just so fun to watch. Like, oh my god. Uh, Heihachi won, of course. I always knew that. Heihachi Mishima of the Mishima Corporation won. Amazing. But yeah, I don't know how to explain this fight. This is just a fun one. Uh, also, there was some boomstick dad jokes, and everyone groaned. Everyone always groaned when that always happens. Like, dude, we don't care. But the fight, I think I enjoyed it because it's not just these supernatural beings just fighting each other with superpowers. It's just two people fighting each other with just who have masterful skills. I mean, Geese has key power, and Mishima has that lightning effect or a thing. But that's about it. That's like all the powers that they have. I bet is it's just two people fighting each other, and that's awesome. I love that. And like the death is not as good as Lex Luthor's versus and Doctor Doom, but it is still really good. I really enjoyed it. There's really not much to say. It's just a really fun battle that anyone can like. Also, Kings of Iron. Oh, that's an amazing track, and I recommend everyone listening to it. That is so good. Gosh, I hope the next battle is as fun as this. Blake versus Mikasa, or whatever. I don't care about Attack on Titan. Uh, this is a battle that I really didn't care that much about. I mean, it's a character of a show that I haven't watched, versus another character of a show that I have watched and don't really like that much. Attack on Titan's fine. I like season 3 the most. They spoiled the ending to Attack on Titan in the analysis, and that is so hilarious to me. But the problem with everyone has of this fight is that, and I do too, the FPS frame rate in some scenes. Like in most scenes, it's fine. Wait, whatever. In most scenes, it's fine, but when Mikso was just running, she literally almost did a T pose and just like ran like that. It was hilarious. And some of the lines, I think if you watched it, we know this one. I don't want to say it. It's hilarious to say it. Okay. Are those two sets of ears? She must have 4 times the hearing. That's that's not how hearing works or anything. If you have two pairs of ears, you just have double the hearing. Not what? You think that each ear has one hearing part? No, that's not how that works. 4 times the hearing, though. Each ear hears everything. One ear hears everything, and thus the other ear just amplifies it a lot more. And the death, everyone knows the death is hilarious. The death scream, the way it happens, gosh, it is such a hilarious episode. The action was fine. You really can't do enough with. Hey, it's people just zipping in the air with swords. That's it. That's basically it. You can't do a lot. You can do Spider-Man just zipping around, but most of the time he doesn't do that. I don't know, but this was just hilarious. God, I hope the next battle's as hilarious as this one. I should probably stop doing that. Also, I forgot to give my rating. Uh, this is basically just I don't know. It's pretty bad. I was about to say 6, but then I realized no, wait, it's a bad episode. But I had such a fun time with it. It's a 5 out of 10. Actually, no. Yeah, 5 out of 10 for me. Maybe a 4.5. Yeah, probably that one. It is just bad. The frame rate, some of the lines, all that is just bad. Gosh, I just hope it gets better overall soon. Iron Fist versus Poe. What? This is a death battle that people requested? Uh, I was so confused when I heard this. Like, dude, this is gonna be so terrible. Like, oh my god. Why are they adding Poe, the Kung Fu Panda, to Death Battle? Then the episode came out, and I was wrong. This is a pretty good episode. Okay, I love Poe. Poe is Kung Fu Panda is one of my favorite movie series. Like I just love them. They're hilarious. Jack Black is amazing as Poe. The side characters are great. The villains, Lord Lord Shen or whatever, the Peacock, one of the best villains. Ah, gosh, yeah, one of the best villains. Bird, it's a bird villain too. So of course it's evil. But for some reason, this fight is really good. It's just good. Like it's not amazing or anything. No, it's Iron Fist versus Kung Fu Panda. You think it's gonna be amazing? But it's pretty good. The fights are decent. The jokes. I just love how Iron Fist is like, okay, this is weird. Why is there just a panda talking to me? No, he literally just respects anyone who wants to fight. his personality, I think, really shows here. Like, it's just so much fun watching him. And Poe, the voice actor who plays Poe, oh my gosh, I always thought that it doesn't sound like Jack Black, but it's so close that it feels like you're right there. My gosh, it's amazing. But there's a disappointing thing. The ending after the death. You know, why not? I have to say it. Iron Fist dies. Surprisingly, I know it's weird. Poe Poe is for some reason planet level. Like what? How? But the ending is a disintegration death. Not even a good one compared to I don't know what other Yoda versus King Mickey. Yes, well, I said it already. You know what? There is a disintegration death. I'm not even gonna say it. But after Poe kills Iron Fist, he's like so chipper and happy, like, "Oh boy, I just committed murder. Time to tell Master Shifu." And like, oh, wow, you think Master Shifu is gonna be like, "Good job, Poe." I don't know how he sounds like. I forgot. Good job, Poe. You just committed a crime. High five. You want a cookie? uh, for some reason, Poe is overpowered. Surprisingly. But yeah, I really did like this episode. And with looking at my rating, I give it a 7 out of 10. And yeah, I'll keep that rating. It's a good episode. It's surprisingly good. Gosh. Uh, really, all these episodes are good. Ugh. Gosh. I. Poe versus Iron Fist. What a battle. Steven versus Star. Why? Again, another episode that I don't think anyone has ever thought would be in this season. But unlike Poe and Iron Fist, I just think this episode is just okay. Here's the thing. I don't really care about both of these characters. I didn't watch their shows. It, I'll be honest, I hated Steven Universe for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's because of another one of those shows where, oh, this kid has amazing powers, but he has to learn how to use them. I'm like, okay, another one of these shows. That's why I don't watch Naruto. You know, kid with amazing. I don't like any kid with amazing strength and powers. Just using it to joke around. Even though I love Ben 10, I hate these. Not, but yeah, the fight was, pretty good. I mean, track is great. Like listen, Stars of the Universe, good track. But yeah, everything else is either okay or to me because I don't really watch these shows, so I don't really care. Unlike the past Death Battles where I actually kind of know the characters. Actually, no. Heihachi versus Mishima. I don't know. Heihachi versus Mishima. Heihachi versus Geese. I don't know anything about these characters other than Geese is a goose. I've yeah, that's basically it. Uh, the rating I gave it was 5 out of 10, and I'm keeping it at. It gave me no. It wasn't bad. 5.5. It's not that mediocre. It's pretty good. Okay, in all things considered. Link versus Cloud. Oh my god. This was the death battle. This is one of the first rematch death battles that they ever done. Just due to the fact that the original was kind of not bad, but pretty weird. Like that, I think they said that they don't know how to introduce an RPG character into this battle, so they just did the bare minimum for Cloud. And hey, that makes sense at some point. But the original is a classic. Not gonna lie, this one, not as close range as the original, but pretty good. Uh, when I watched this, I thought it's just gonna rival Heihachi versus Geese, and like, and now think about it, no, it never was. It never stood a chance to that one. That one is good. This one is also good, but not as great as Heihachi versus Geese or Mishima. But it's not because Link lost. No, I don't really care about the outcome most of the time. Sometimes I do. I'm like, oh, come on, man. But this time I was like, oh no, I don't really care. Due to the fact that I think that year I just finished playing Final Fantasy Remake and like, oh my god, that game is amazing. I'm not gonna make a series about it because it is an RPG kind of. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a good game. How did Last of Us 2 win? I haven't played that one either. Or Last of Us. I have a PS4, but no, not any of the classics like God of War, Horizon, Horizon, or Last of Us. I only have the basics. But this fight is also in 3D, like the original, but it looks better. I thought that Link was gonna win, to be honest. Like, no joke. I thought like, okay, my one of my problems with this is that they didn't use they used a lot of Link's arsenal, right? But they didn't use one of his most powerful, the Sheikah Slate. The Sheikah Slate is one of the most powerful items in Zelda history. Just because you get infinite bombs, you can stop time, make pillars of water, and magnetize stuff. They only used it 3 times. They only use it for stasis, magnesis, and bomb runes. That's it. Only 3 times. One, how? Two, I think if you utilize it all, it still wouldn't change the outcome, but he would have a chance too. Like he could magnesis Cloud's sword away. He can, and unlike Cloud who needs MP, Link using stasis is infinite unless you have the timer done, which is like 8 seconds at most, I think. But overall, good death battle. The fierce deity moment. I forgot to talk about that. The fierce deity when, like, okay, so one of my favorite shots was when the fierce deity Link is towering over. I can't say towering over Link Cloud, and like, oh my gosh, that's an amazing shot. I might have it on screen. I have to. Death Battle says that this season we're gonna have that amazing shot where each episode will have this shot that you'll always remember, and I have 2 for this episode. This one and this one. It's amazing how good these are. You know, yeah. It's amazing. Overall, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. It is a great episode. Maybe a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe an 8. No, yeah, an 8 is fine. I do love Link though and Cloud. Both of them cross-dressed, and that's pretty epic. Batman versus Iron Man. Oh wow! Right at the start, I already knew that Iron Man was gonna win. Batman. This is Batman's fourth time being in this battle. He lost 3 of them, including this one. Including this one. He lost to Spider Man, Black Panther, and Iron Man, and only won against Captain America, which at this point he would also lose. Actually, no. If, to be honest, now that we know that Batman has the Hellbat, they wouldn't still give it to him due to the fact that it's just too powerful. Like, Hellbat is really powerful. This one, though, I liked it. I like both Batman and Iron Man. I only like Iron Man because of the MCU movies, like most people. But Batman was one of my favorite superheroes, and yeah, it was pretty good. Some parts were stupid though. Most one of my biggest one of the worst things that could happen with a Batman death battle. You don't let him use gadgets. Like seriously, they didn't give him a gadget at all. They only gave him like a battering, a grappling hook, and a pale bat. That's literally all that they use for Batman. How did they mess up with one of Batman's key traits? It's not one of his key traits, but one of his traits. Using gadgets. Like, come on, dude. Also, Batman could have killed Iron Man, to be honest. If the reason why Iron Man won instead of Batman is pretty stupid. Not gonna lie. Like, oh, Iron Man is also smart as Bruce. So it would just counter. Also, why was the Hellbat destroyed by solar power? Hellbat is like universal power. Universal uses studios. He's like universal defense, durability. So why would a shot from the sun do anything? That wouldn't do anything. It's not powerful enough to destroy the Hellbat. And Batman was just stupid here too. Like, he didn't notice that he was getting hacked. Most people say that how did he feel nanotech on him, and he didn't use any gadgets. It's really dumb. Most people just take away that like this that oh, Batman is just a brute who just wants to punch everything, and Tony's the smart one. No, they're both smart. And come on, oh gosh, I love Batman too. DCAU again, like Lex Luthor. He was a great character in Justice League. Oh, come on, man. Why you gotta be so bad? But there are, but the positives are overweigh the negatives. At some point, it is a 6 out of 10. Get right, Batman, Iron Man fans. Your character won. Mine didn't. Ha ha. I hope a DC character wins next time. Goku Black versus Reverse Flash. Oh boy. At the when literally the whole season ended, I this was my favorite episode of the season. You realize that I said was, so something beat it. This episode was amazing. Except for one part. Goku Black's analysis. That was actual garbage that no one wants to hear. No joke. It was bad. They didn't even say who Goku Black was until like 3 minutes in. Like, okay, cool. Who is Goku Black? And then they made some unfunny Karen jokes and like, oh, God. But people said that Reverse Flash analysis is one of the best things that they ever done. And I agree. It's funny and well edited. Like, oh my God. But the battle really made me feel like they we're having fun with it. The battle, out of every one of these, felt like so much fun animating, writing it, voice acting, everything. It felt like that everyone was having fun. And that's what I felt like with this half of the season. Everyone was having fun with their battles. No one left. No one gave it a little attention. They felt like that they were having fun. Goku Black versus Reverse Flash is one of the best episodes I've ever seen. Solely because of how fun it is. No joke, I loved this so much when it came out. How funny it is just seeing Reverse Flash being so petty and Goku Black being so arrogant. And the deaths. Oh my god, one of the best deaths in all of Death Battle history. I don't not a lot can compare to it. Most deaths are just disintegration. So we had to literally rule them all out. Some are just pretty lame, but this one was so brutal and so much fun watching. Also, Quicksilver died. And that was pretty funny. And Quicksilver and Flash Barry Allen versus Quicksilver. Quicksilver died because of Reverse Flash just literally messing with Barry Allen. That is the funniest part. Like, if you watch the analysis, you know that just Eb Dawn Reverse Flash is just alive just to be uh, the worst thing that to ever happen to Barry. He literally like, hey, I pushed you down a stair. Get right, idiot. Oh my gosh. This death battle was mostly them killing each other but can't because they're paradox, but it was so much fun watching them do it. Oh gosh. But then again, there's one problem that I have. It's not with the episode, it's with the fans of Dragon Ball. Dude, guys, you gotta just shut up. No one cares that Goku Black. No one cares that you're being sad that, oh, Goku Black died? He can't. He's the speed of light. He could have just blitzed Reverse Flash. And like, dude, do you know what a DC Speedster is? Speed of light is nothing to them. That's literally just a snail walking. That is so slow in the DC universe that it's a meaningless argument. No one cares that you're the speed of light when you're like a billion times the speed of light. Not even a billion, like infinite times the speed of light. Uh, but this isn't the episode that most people hate. You know, there's the one this season that if you know, you know. I give this a 9 out of 10. Not a perfect 10 out of 10, just because of the analysis of Goku Black. But I had so much fun watching this, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. And wait, next episode is the 105th. I wonder what they're gonna do for that. Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah, this is a death battle that is sadly so underrated. This didn't even hit 1 million views yet. And it's probably because of one thing. This episode was just boomstick fodder episode. And I get it. Most people don't want to watch that. But by God, this is a good episode too. I really enjoyed myself. Even though it was really short, like it is literally just a minute. It was pretty good, all things considered. I enjoyed like almost every bit of it. And there's really nothing much to say. I give this a 7 out of 10. I think. Yeah. Actually, no, 6, but I'm rating up to a 7 because uh, it's just so much fun. It sadly doesn't have a million views. Go watch it now. So remember when I said Goku Black versus Reverse Flash was my favorite episode of the season, but been replaced? Yeah, yeah. This was the episode. Dio versus Alucard. One of my favorite episodes of Death Battle. Like, no joke. For some reason, I like this episode so much. I had so much fun watching it. Like Goku versus Reverse Flash, but even more fun somehow. It both had good analysis. Unlike Goku Black, oh, but my god, it is incredible. The music, I love Hell Over Heaven. Oh, just amazing. The battle, amazing too. The voice acting, a British Alucard? What? Go for a hawk? Oh gosh, amazing too. I would say that there was only one problem I have with it. There was this weird lighting there was this weird part where the lighting got weird. That's literally it. That's all I had to say. That's bad. Everything else is good. Go watch it if you haven't. I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. Well, I would recommend watch it again. Blah blah blah. All that stuff. Gosh, I hope next episode will be as good as this. Akuma versus Shao Kahn was an episode, I guess. This is season 8 was doing so good, but each season has to have a bad episode. And sadly, this is it. This is Death Battle. This is the season 8 worst episode. Akuma versus Shao Kahn. I am surprised as anyone else that this is one of the worst Death Battle. One of the worst. This is the worst one of the season. No joke. Akuma versus Shao Kahn sounds epic. Yet they made it boring and just looks bad. But there are some pros in hell. One thing, I liked it when it was just Akuma, not Shin Akuma or Oni. Akuma, it was just the best. Was the Akuma parts were just the good part. Was the only good parts that I liked. Then everything went downhill. Shin Akuma was fine, but he was so short that it was meaningless. Then Oni came in. Wow, you became bad. Like, no joke, Oni was one of my least favorite parts of this. Like, it just like ruined everything. It showed it's it's the one part that was the worst. And it could have been good. It could have been good. But no. Also Sasui no Sankai, I thought I would hate it, but it's actually kinda good. But also we had to talk about it. Shao Kahn without helmet is hilarious and ugly at the same time. I hate it looking at it. Overall, this is the worst one. 3 out of 10 if I have to give it that low. High, 3.5 out of 10. Yeah, there's not much of a difference, but it's the worst one. I only really like the Akuma parts, and that's it. Korra versus Storm. What? This is the biggest stomp I have ever seen. Korra didn't even stand a chance to a Marvel character. Also, I heard better matchups for Korra than literally Storm. The person who can literally covered the earth with one of her clouds. How is Korra supposed to win? They literally only said, "Hey, Korra could win if she can go after Storm's claustrophobia." I'm like, dude, I don't care. Storm's faster, more durable, and stronger, way stronger than literally Korra can ever show. I haven't watched Korra or Avatar: Last Airbender. I don't feel like watching that. But this episode was surprisingly good. It was a stomp, like no joke. Everyone knows this was a stomp. But it was pretty, enjoyable. My back scratch is itching. Okay. When they went to the spirit realm, that was the best part because we saw Nemesis and Ben and Sonic, and like, whoa, why are they? Oh wait, they're dead, and it's hilarious. Yeah. Also, the way they use the elements is pretty good. Better than the other Avatar episode, Zuko versus Todoroki. I hate that episode a lot. It was my least favorite. It was one of my least favorite episodes of season 7, and by gosh, it was terrible. It literally came after one of the best episodes of season 7, and that's just sad. Who knows? Maybe I had to watch it again. But this one was pretty good. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The death, the death wasn't disappointing. I liked it a lot. Anyway, what's next? I hope we don't get to see a mad fan base go after it. Madara versus Aizen. An episode that really, really disappointed Bleach fans so hard that they started yelling. No joke. If you go to the comment section of this episode, you will just see Bleach fan going so mad just because my character died. Like, no joke. Let me go. I will read one of the comments from most recent. Ivan solos the verse. This is literally the first comment that shows up. This is wrong. This video is a disgrace. Come on, dude. What is this? Okay, well, who cares? Only Ivan's spiritual pressure would crush Madara into dust, I think. This video was a lot of okay, no, this is not a bad one. Ivan slams. Madara okay, that's a Madara thing. Yeah, basically people were mad. This is the newest one. Yeah. Also, for some reason, I thought this would have more dislikes. The, Maybe because they got rid of dislikes, but who cares? I really did like this fight a lot, though. The music, Hollow Dreams, I heard Brendan Yates said, is one of his favorite tracks that he made. And I agree, it's a good track. The fight, the escalation of the power of what happens is so good. Like you start off with powerful, then I'll just go all the way to godlike at the end. And like, oh my gosh, this is epic. The and there was a fake out too, and I really enjoyed that fake out. I mean, I knew that Madara was gonna win, but it was a good fake out. I give this a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10. It's such a fun episode, and I enjoyed it. What's next? Anyway, Saitama versus Popeye. Oh my gosh. This is okay. Just to start off with 10 out of 10. Amazing episode. Oh my gosh. This was one of my favorite episodes. Not my favorite this season. Dio versus Alucard's a thing. But this is my second favorite. It might both Dio versus Alucard and Saitama versus Popeye might just switch back and forth sometimes. But at the time it's Dio versus Alucard. But Saitama versus Popeye. Oh my gosh. This really felt like the celebration of Death Battle at its fullest. The animation is so fun. It switches style from 2D to pixels to 3D, and by God, it's amazing. But I just want to talk about one part. This is also another stomp, but it's better than Korra versus Storm. When Saitama was pushed onto another planet in this death battle, somehow they made Saitama being happy of a fight amazing. They made it. They written it so amazingly. I don't know how to say words, but it felt like that. This would. This is how he would actually feel if he was in an actual battle. I mean, actual real fight. We saw in the first episode of One Punch Man with the underground mole thing, where he was finally happy because of a battle. No joke. If you just gave us this part of the battle, it will always be a 10 out of 10 for me. The I will always give it a 10 out of 10. No joke. That is one of the best scenes in Death Battle history. Saitama being happy for the first time. It's just amazing. And the rest of the fight was good. Saitama turned to eggs, and we got cursed Popeye. We cursed Popeye 3D model. It was so scary and hilarious. Ah, a 10 out of 10. This is what made the season for me. I thought that this would be not terrible, but okay, in my opinion. But no, they made another amazing finale. Compared to Broly versus Hulk, this doesn't compare at all. And All Might versus Might Guy, too. None of these finales compare to Saitama versus Popeye. And I enjoyed this, and I enjoyed it all the way. And I hope you guys do too. Watch it and see the majesty of this episode. And that was it for my Death Battle rating, Death Battle Season 8 rating. I hope you enjoyed. I might I might do this next season. This season with Season 8, Season 9, sorry. And I mean, I don't think it will be as good as Season 8, but who knows? They're gonna bring Boba Fett and Scarlet Witch and the guy from Demon Slayer. I don't know. I don't really care either, since Lelouch is not in Death Battle yet. If he's in a DBX, I'm gonna be so happy. Add Lelouch, please. I want to see my dude.